Welcome to the HFL show. Week 4 of the HFL season is in the rearview mirror. Just got done with Week 5 in real time, but still doing some catching up on these recap videos. Almost there. Planning on hammering those out so that we're back in modern times. But we get started off with this Week 4 recap of a big HFL rivalry. Two teams that have seen each other frequently in prior Berg Bowls, and that is me, Jake Irwin, versus Bryson Holtzlander. Final score, Bryson gets the edge this time, 159-148. Lamar Jackson didn't have his greatest day. On top of that, he would end up getting injured and not playing in Week 5, so that ended up really putting a damper on my team, and that with Patrick Mahomes having a great day against the Baltimore Ravens. And that's one of the more shocking storylines, is how much the Ravens have been struggling. Both our running backs did exceptional. Marion Hampton putting up big numbers, as well as Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey's been awesome this year. Fingers crossed he keeps doing that and stays healthy. Bucky Irving had an awesome day, also battling some injuries right now. And then going down further on the board, Malik Neighbors ended up getting injured in this game, and unfortunately he's done for the year. So hoping to see you next year, Malik Neighbors. Puka Nacua had an awesome night against the Indianapolis Colts, and that's kind of what helped Bryson get the edge in this good old rivalry game. We expect to have some good matchups between us in the future. Moving on to our next matchup, it's RJM versus Levi Long, with RJM getting the big victory here pretty easily, 145-101. Bo Nix had himself a nice day. Justin Herbert, he's seen better games. Jahmyr Gibbs and Derrick Henry, with Gibbs having a much better performance than Derrick Henry, who has either dominated this year or has really struggled, and this was one of his struggling performances. Zach Charbonnet, not bad as well. A.J. Brown didn't get the ball fed much. That would change in Week 5 looking forward into the season. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 26 points for Levi, so that made it a little bit interesting, but the flex play from RJM was just too strong. Dallas Goedert, Garrett Wilson, and Cortland Sutton helping make up that difference to get RJM the win. Third matchup, we're recapping a high-scoring one. 161-140, your final between Peanut Powers and Genty and Watermelon Wednesday, with Peanut Powers and Genty being Brendan and Watermelon Wednesday being Frank. And Josh Allen, nice day against the New Orleans Saints for what was a bit of a closer matchup than we first anticipated between the Bills and the Saints, but the Bills got it done. Ashton Genty finally putting up big numbers, something that fantasy owners were hoping for, since he usually went late first round, somewhere in the second round, and, well, in some cases, really early in the first round. But Ashton Genty having a huge day to really help bolster those points for Brendan, leading to the high scoring, but some big point getters for Frank, like Emeka Egbuka and Travis Etienne, as well as the Lions defense, helping Frank get the edge he needs for the victory over Brendan. Fourth matchup out of the 5, EJ versus John, and what a close one this one ended up being. John still searching for that first win of the season, almost got here, but EJ gets the narrow edge. Pretty lackluster quarterback performances from both Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray, but Josh Jacobs really helping EJ get that victory. 31.70 points for Josh Jacobs. Him and Javonte Williams, along with Justin Jefferson, the main contributors for EJ to help him get that narrow win against John, who had some good performances from Drake London and Devontae Adams. Can't forget about DK Metcalf either, for how he exploded against the Vikings in Dublin, especially with that huge touchdown pass he received from Aaron Rodgers. And all around, just an exciting matchup. -3 points from the Ravens defense. Ouch. That is really what hurt John the most. And if it wasn't for the Ravens being so bad against the Chiefs, could have had that first victory. as well as some huge bench players for John. He's not going to want to look back on this one. Stafford and Woody Marks, along with Michael Penix. Huge numbers that really could have helped John get that first victory, but instead, he has a 0 in the win column. Final matchup, we've got Jesse Weir versus Jeremy Campbell. Two teams that have had a good start, a good first half so far in the HFL season, but Jeremy is able to get the victory, almost gets to 200 points. We've seen a few teams do this. I got to 195 points earlier this season. Jeremy with 194, and then going into the future, week 5, let's just say Jesse Weir, he had one heck of a performance. We'll get to that though in a future episode. Jeremy gets the win. Justin Fields, great day against the Miami Dolphins. Him, Bijan Robinson, and James Cook. Look at those numbers to really just put it to Jesse Weir's team, who struggled this week. Jamar Chase not having a great day. He's really feeling the effects of not having Joe Burrow. Tyler Warren, it's good to see how much he's blossomed with the Colts, tight end out of the Penn State Nittany Lions. Wish the Nittany Lions had him right now, but we won't go into that. And then Deebo Samuel, along with Quinshon Judkins, helping get Jeremy Campbell to yet another victory. He refuses to lose, trying to pull off the first ever undefeated season in HFL history, which I got close to doing back in 2019, I think it might have been, but some drama between me and Bryson kind of prevented that from happening. Let's just say he stole a defense on the waiver wire that I really wanted, and they ended up going off. But we won't get into that. There's a look at the bench, and those are your Week 4 recaps.